When I was in Pattaya, I kept track of all my expenses so I can have an idea of how much it actually costs to live in Pattaya. So I'm going to give you some numbers and it will give you a good idea of what it would cost if you wanted to live there for a month. Now, this is my budget for December 2024. And I just put the numbers together. For rent, it was $900 staying in 5 different hotels. I was just moving around a lot. And if you didn't move around a lot and you just stayed in one place, it would have been cheaper, like if you rented a longer term stay. But just staying in hotels, I averaged about $30 a day, which is very reasonable. In terms of going out, I see that it's $276, about $9 a day, because there's a lot of great places to eat for a very reasonable price, right? I enjoy eating Thai food, but you can also mix it up and eat Western dishes too. I see personal care, $13. That's probably haircuts. Groceries, I didn't do a lot of cooking. Most of the time I didn't have a kitchen. And it seems to be about $19. Transit, which is really, I guess, cars coming here and there on Grab or Bolt. It was like $9.40. And then I see cell phone was probably about $15. And miscellaneous about $12. So the total for the month was $1,245, which is very reasonable. Now this doesn't take into account, the transport costs of flying out to Thailand, but I was in Thailand for a couple months, and everybody's transport is different. Now, for men who are staying here, there's also a budget for companionship, but I'm not going to mention what my expenses were because it's so discretionary, and everyone's different. And it could vary widely depending on what you want to do. So I'm not going to put that in the budget. But if you want to indulge in those things, you do have to put that in your budget. But generally, for living, eating, getting around, taking care of yourself, 1,245. Now, health insurance is another big factor, but everyone's situation is different depending on the country that you're in. Like, you could buy health insurance locally, but I happen to have a healthcare plan from my former employer, and so I am subsidized for 3/4 of health insurance in the United States. But it's still a pretty hefty $400 a month. But that includes health coverage for my kids. So I didn't have any medical issues in December. And I didn't include the 400 in there, but if you want to include 400, it would be about $1,645. So that's pretty much what the budget is in Pattaya, Thailand for the month of December 2024. I might go back and see what it was for November 2024. Now I'm recording this as I'm in Colombia, And I'll probably put out a budget for Colombia also. So that's pretty much it. Pattaya is very reasonable. There's also a number of places that I know that you could rent for $500 if you were to sign a lease for a year. It's a little harder if you're going to stay just for 2 months or 3 months to try to get a price like that, unless you want to stay in a relatively rundown room, which I don't want to do. I like a modern, clean place, especially the bathroom. So that to me is very important. Anyway, take care, and if you want a great place for a reasonable amount of money, I think Pattaya, Thailand is a great place to stay.